Alright guys, so we've got a day trip. Oz Prado crew in Wombat Straight Forest. It's rained, they reckon 10 or 20 mil. But we got a spare Prado. Look, they're all lined up here. You know what guys, we're going to head up to Wombat and we'll show you some action after apparently 20 mil of rain and another 20 or 40 today. Bearing down. First bog hole for the day. Oh my god, what's gonna happen here? Oh, scary. Oh my god, what are we going to do here? I think we're going to risk it for the biscuit on the right. Let's risk it for the biscuit. Up this hill, no problem, traction is good. Just want to say, yeah, so it's December 2020 and it's been quite dry, but there was a lot of, well, when we planned this trip a few days earlier, there was no rain predicted, like, you know, less than 1 mil yesterday, nothing today, and it all changed a couple of days ago to 10 to 20 mil yesterday and 20 to 40 mil today, which we're yet to see. Obviously we'll just manipulate the trip, what tracks we travel on, depending on the conditions, but you know, a shower in summer is quite different to a winter soaking, so the tracks are definitely wetter, softer, sloppier and slipperier in winter than after a day of rain. Like it rained basically, I don't know, kind of, let's say all night last night, 10 mil. But you can see there's quite a few, not dry patches, but dry looking patches. Traction's good, all the water, it just soaks up, runs off, and happy days. Here they come. So today we've started on charcoal track again, which is near Greendale, just up the road. When you're going along charcoal track headed north, there's an intersection where you can turn left. We talked about in another one of our videos. So if you haven't watched those, go and have a look. This one's quite steep, as you can see the greenery down there. It is like, you know, it's one of those what I call rainforest ravine type areas, and it's quite steep, and I haven't been down here for a little while, so I thought we'll come for a little walk before we drive down this one. Supposedly there's been a lot of rain, but as I said, I think it just washes the dust off and sets it like concrete. What do you reckon, yeah? Feels good, yeah? So we'll come down here, we'll avoid these ruts, we'll just straddle those, I think. I'll get down here and up the other side. Let's see if we can see the track over the other side. Looks like it goes straight up, and you've got the hard side here for the people that really want to have a crack. Looks like they put a bit of a tree in the track over there, and it goes straight up the other side. It is quite steep up and down, but I reckon it's all right, so let's get down there and check it out. Well, this isn't exactly Anthony's driver training, but we'll give you a few tips coming down here. Nice and slow. It is going to be a little bit slippery, low range, first gear, nice and slow. The key is to keep everything under control. Did you see the big ruts? We want to try not to slide into those. We want to try not to, right? Doesn't mean it's going to work out. I'm feeling a little bit of slip here. Right, there we go, we're in the ruts, so it didn't work out the way we thought. Wait there please, don't come down. Right, so it is a little bit slippery. That's why you have bash plates. We would have liked to straddle the ruts and stay out of them, but it doesn't always work out. And we're on the brakes, keeping it nice and slow, under control in the ruts, which is a safe place to be. Remember, we're on those crappy Grand Trek AT3Gs. Now, they're good off-road in dry conditions, and they're very good on-road. I notice a lot of people say my tyres are great. Yeah, well, you know, have you used them after rain out in some mud, slippery, steep, rough tracks? Anyway, point is there, it didn't go exactly according to plan, and going up this other side here might not go to plan either, so we might go for a walk and check that out before we decide to progress any further, because I can see some logs in the ruts over here. We pointed those out from the other side of the hill. So we've made it down in one piece. You've got to remember the front of the vehicle goes lower when you're on a steep hill, plus you're on the brakes. This is normally pretty good traction. We're going to get out and have a look. Okay, so like I said, quite steep going up. I reckon we can get around this on the left. It's just a washout. I don't know why they bothered filling it. I mean, if it's slippery, you might slip into it, but remember the rule, if you can't walk it, you can't drive it, okay? Remember it or learn it if you didn't know that one. That's the rule. Things are wet here. Not too bad, but it's always wise to check out the next step before you get to it. So up here we've got options. So this is not Anthony's driver training again. But we've got options here, right? And that would be, I think the best bet is to stay on the left. See that line on the left there? Left tyre up there, right tyre up there. You want to try and stay out of the ruts if you can, but you might end up in it. But this is the worst of it till you get up to that. There's a bit of a rock step usually up, sort of, you know, up there somewhere. So let's have a crack and see what happens. All right, mate, are you ready for action? All these guys watching the video going, oh, that's not steep, that's perfectly drivable and all that. Well, let's see, eh? So we're going through the ruts for a bit of wheel spin, bit of scrabbling. We're going to cross back over to the left side, get up on the higher ground, stay off those loose rocks, planning ahead now, looking at that bit of a step up. Again, looks like nothing in the video. It's not really too bad. Trying to pick the smoothest line for the right and the left tyre, which I think is right about there. Haven't even put the front locker on. We've got another washout here right underneath the vehicle, so we're straddling it either side, and then once we get to here, we're just going to pop it over to the right on the clear part of the track. And if you think the track's nothing, well, the recovery area parking is just here at the top of the hill. Now you always want to keep vehicles pointing straight up and down the hill. This is the only area where I'm going to break the rule a little bit. We're getting a bit sideways because we're going into our little parking bay, and then we're going to get some footage for you of the other guys coming up and show you how easy it is. So he's coming down the other side there nice and slow with the BFGs. Seems pretty well controlled. There was a bit of wheel slip and a bit of scrabbling around a little bit. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, to the safe part. He's sliding. He's sliding. Tyres weren't really turning, but the car was. There's some nice tram tracks there, so you're locked in nice and safe once you slide into those. The guys, you can see the roofs up there. Bit of sliding down that side there. And waiting down here to come up. Here he comes. Bit of wheel spin already, got the traction control kicking in. That's in the ruts. Nice. Bit of wheel spin, bit of traction control happening there. Okay, a couple more coming down the other side there. Been scraping it out big time. So this is a trip where we said expect anything. So that generally means expect anything. So equipped vehicles, experienced drivers. This is not really that hard. It's quite safe if you follow the directions. But you hear a bit of bang and crunch over there. Wheel spin. Yep. You can hear the action going on behind. There he goes. Seems like it needs a set of injectors or something, bit of rattle going on. Check that out. Nice campsite on Ambler's crossing track. kangarooska. There he goes, hopping away. Wow, this is starting to look a little bit more interesting. It's a nice bit of rock in the track there. We'll just cruise over that slowly. No, money equals money, money equals money.
No.
Look at this. Yuck. Nobody's been through here for a little while. We go slow, see if it's not too deep, firm on the bottom, and we cruise through without getting the car dirty or wrecking any of our mechanical components. Sorry, young fellow. That one on the left looks like it could be getting deeper, so we'll just go hard right and miss the whole thing altogether. Mud equals money, and worst case scenario, we slip into it on the edge here. We're through it. These ones sometimes you can get caught out by going around the side. I'm just going to go back a little bit and show you what I mean. Over there on the right side out of the main puddle, it looks quite sloppy, and the hole itself doesn't look too bad, so you got to rethink it instead of go around it. Take the extra minute to just go through here, no problem. Alright, so we've gone down this track, we're checking out. Quite wet and muddy here, and it was really overgrown branches hanging down, so we just trimmed a few branches, but quite overgrown, not very used, bit slippery. We're about halfway through. The reason I haven't really known too many tracks today, it's just a bit of a look around here or there. So here's another one that's hanging down. I don't know whether we're going to get up this hill. I'm going to go and have a look at it. One of those wet days that's quite slippery, and this, we're expecting a bit more rain to come, and this isn't something we necessarily want to be stuck in while it's raining, if you know what I mean. So we are coming up here to have a look at it. These ruts are quite deep. To be quite honest, I don't think it's the day for it, so we're going to wise up and somehow, oh well, they're going to have a bit of fun trying or get out of here. So what we've decided for today, we're going to chicken out. That's quite steep, slippery and rutted. So we're going to reverse back. We're going to drive forward a little bit, and we're going to reverse back into here. We've got a little spot where we can turn around and head back down into that ravine and back out where we came from. So I think we made the right decision back through the bog hole slowly. I think we made the right decision coming back up the track that we just went down is what we're doing now. There's a little bit of orange clay and whatever, and it was a bit slippery, so given more steepness, more angle, more ruts and more roughness, and the drizzle's just starting, so the next shower's about to hit, we made the right decision for the day. You know, we're in for a bit of fun and a bit of action, but I don't like standing around for hours winching and recovering vehicles in the rain. Okay, so if it's a day where everyone's up for it, we can spend, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, but we're just into driving. The bog hole, not very deep though, that's all right. The bog hole, of course. Puddle. So as you can see, we've got a bit of water running down the tracks. It's been raining for, I don't know, an hour or two.
Blue, mate.
No worries. I've been down here for a little while, but my memory doesn't tell me that there was anything gnarly to remember or worry about. But then I could be wrong, and it's already getting rutty and washed out. Whoa, there's this bog hole. Actually, I remember this track now. Okay, so as I was saying, we just turned around. I remember this track. It had some deep ruts in it. I mean, real deep. Ruts that just about anything would be bellied out. So we're here for a bit of fun, but we want some fairly easy tracks. This is already going to be a bit of slipping and sliding, so let's see what happens. What we might do is just, with this one, see if we can stay out of the ruts and see if we slide into them, whatever. It's not real slippery yet, but it's going to get progressively slipperier as the day goes on. So anyway, we turned around because, yeah, Swinley track, so in dry weather it's alright. The main problem is a few bog holes in that you can navigate, but yeah, there's some deep ruts at one point, and they're quite deep, and it's a bit of a bada bing. If you can't stay out of them, you're going to be bellied out. You're going to need to be winching up there, which we're not doing. So we just found a nice spot to turn around, and we're out of here. Alright, so we've gone to the next one. German track, small bog hole. Doesn't look like anything to be worried about, but you never know. With this, it's a bit of a mosh pit on the left. That's not too bad, we'll get through that. Another bog hole, what are we going to do with this one? Going nice and slow, make sure it's not too sloppy or too deep. Ah, it's nothing. The last one was better than that. Sorry I didn't show you that one. So yeah, we just continuing along German track. It's fairly solid base, you know, a fair bit of rock in it. It's a bit washed out, you can see the water running down it now. Just cruising down it. A little bit slippery in places, but it's pretty good, you know. And that's what we're looking for today while it's wet. Just good tracks that, you know, we're not going to have any major issues on, you know. A little bit steep in places, starting to get a bit steeper here. Obviously it's steep, otherwise the water wouldn't be running down there. Yeah, we'll see what, if anything exciting happens a bit further down. Oh, this is one of those bog holes I don't like to go through. I don't think it's too bad. We haven't checked it. We're going to find out the hard way. That was beautiful, but we won't tell. We won't tell the guys that it was beautiful. Ooh, this one they've renamed to Neville. They're calling it Neville, and the water's running down it like a river. I've been up here, haven't been up here for a while. A few ruts here and there. Traction's there a little bit still, but it's starting to get a bit slippery. Not too bad. Just straddling that water at the moment. One wheel each side until we can get over to the better side. Just a short track that cuts through. I just want to make sure, because further up here, from about here onwards, it can get really deeply rutted on the left, which we can usually stay out of, but we could slip into. If we slip in, we're right, because our rut on the right's not too bad. Yeah, guys, you can come up this one, but it is a bit slippery in places, so beware of that. You may slip into the ruts, so I'll just straddle the first part of the water, and then now I'm on the right of it, but it's got a camber on it that might put you in there eventually, I think. If I can do it on these tyres, you should be right. Bit of fun anyway, guys. Not hard tracks, not hard, not steep. Not, you know, they're firm base, you know, nothing where any damage is going to happen. All the damage is from, as you can see, the water running down them. We're not sitting there spinning wheels, digging holes, we're just driving over it. It's just more of a slipping around a bit. Yeah. Good fun. We're just bypassing this dirty big bog hole. Get a bit of a wheel up there. This is not what you want to be going through. This is mud equals money extraordinaire. Not the best, but a bit of excitement of everyone. That's a better line. Yep, very good. Alright, just thought I'd video this bit. We're just coming out. Yeah, mate. We're just coming out on this track that's normally quite rough along here, but it's just been graded, and it's a lot of soil type ground, and it is very slippery. We're sort of all over the joint here. And you can't tell, you're not feeling the fun we're feeling. We're watching out so we don't hit trees at the moment. Now the good news is so far so good. The bad news is down the bottom, see where the water's running to? It's normally like a slop pit, but normally you can go around it and all the water's in the hole. But if they've done this to it all the way, whoa, whoa, whoa. Right, if they've done this here, well, we're a bit sideways here. If we get down the bottom here and it's a slop pit, we need to just keep moving, because trust me, down here is the worst of it. So keep it moving a bit, you know what I mean? This is down where the action normally is. But luckily it looks like they haven't graded. You can see over on the right where the tractor's getting bogged over there, some deep stuff going on there. We're not going any faster than we need to, but have a listen to this. Was that a bit of fun? Who wants to go back and do it again? Bit of fun to finish off the day. Oh, hang on, it's not over yet. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm going to go the left side. I'll be taking the left side, I think, because it looks firmer. The right side, oh yeah, there's a bit of a soft hole there too. Yeah, you just don't know along here. It's just one of those areas that it does get very slippery, even when it's not so wet. So yeah, bit of fun for everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us the thumbs up. This was just a bit of a look around, casual day in Wombat with a group of 6 Oz Prado crew. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next adventure. We're also going to start putting some trips up here, so it'll be a video about a trip. If you miss the video, you will miss the trip. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We're out of here. Bada boom, bada bing. See ya.